Hey guys, welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I got a special one for you today, a GT500 Heritage Edition, man. This Brittany Blue is looking sweet as can be. Now, you guys all know me, you know I love this car, and I've been lucky enough, I've probably put about 40,000 miles on a couple of these cars that we've had around here, and I tell you, they are a blast to drive. 5.2 under the hood, supercharged, 760 horsepower, just all kind of fun, man. She is absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is a carbon fiber track pack car, which tells you it's got the carbon fiber wheels on it, it's got the carbon fiber tail on it, and she is looking sweet as can be. Now, they didn't build very many of these, and they're not building any more of them. In 23, there will be no more GT500s, and guess what? It's 23 now, guys. This one's got just a little over 600 miles on it, and she is looking sweet as can be. There's that carbon fiber tail I was telling you about. And then check out the interior in this thing, man. You want to talk about cool? It is a blast to drive. You want to talk about a head turner? Everybody's cranking their heads around, checking this baby out. Everybody that pulls up alongside you wants to race you. I tell you, she is just a bucket of fun. It's got the Recaro seats in it, which hold you in there nice and tight. I actually took mine out on the track too, and you want to talk about holding the road, man? This thing will go around a corner and make your freaking eyes pop out of your head, man. This thing is a blast. I had so much fun driving the ones I've owned. Man, she looks good. Love the wing on the back. Believe it or not, that puts quite a bit of downforce. And what's so cool is we drove mine to the grocery store. I mean, look at that trunk. And then those seats fold down too. You can take this baby to Home Depot and slide some stuff in there. Matter of fact, we got a couple of videos of me with some lumber in the back of mine. Turned mine into a GT500 pickup truck. Oh, Carol Shelby would have been proud. Now, it's got the active exhaust on it too, so if you want to make some noise, you can make some noise. Got to wake up the neighbors when you're leaving the house in the morning. So call Tom anytime at 248-974-9513. There's not many of these left, guys, so if you're interested in this one, please give him a call and we'll park this dream in your drive. All right, it is GT500 time, guys. She is a Heritage Edition, and she is sweet. I think everybody knows this baby makes 760 horsepower. The most horsepower ever turned out at Ford, baby. And she is a blast to drive. I've actually had two of these as drivers and just had a hoot driving them. Probably got about 40,000 miles of seat time in one of these, and it is just a joy to drive. I mean, they stick to the road like glue. You got more horsepower and you know what to do with. I mean, she is a hoot to drive, man. I tell you, one of my favorite all-time cars to drive, and I can't wait to get another one next year. This thing is a blast, man. They really knocked it out of the park when they built this car. Now, we can deliver it anywhere in the world. You just give us a call at 248-974-9513. Look at that. We can even do a UE. So we're headed back to the shop right now where we're going to put this baby up on the lift so you can check out the bottom side. And you see down here on the dash, I mean, what's so cool about it is it looks like an old school Mustang, basically, of course, with a screen and that, but you've got your controls down here that you got traction control, you've got I mean, all the controls on the steering wheel here. You got your radio controls. You can change the shock setup on it. Of course, it's got cruise control. You can shut off your traction control, and then if you hold up on that traction control button for like 5 seconds, that'll actually shut off the advanced track. So if you want to get silly and do some donuts or something like that, you can shut that off. You can also go through the modes on the exhaust. How loud do you want the exhaust? Of course, you can change, from track mode to sport mode to normal driving. There's a wet mode. I mean, I suggest get on the internet, get some tutorials, because this thing will do more stuff than I even know about. It's got a line lock on it. It's got launch control if you want to take it to the track and use that. I'll tell you, it is just an amazing piece of equipment. Now we're going to go back to the shop right now, where we're going to put this baby up on the lift and show you just what makes it tick on the bottom side. So stick with us. We're right here at our shop at 15100 Keel Street. All right, we're underneath this Mustang now, and I tell you what, one of the coolest things is that active exhaust. You can actually see the flipper in there, and it's got like 4 or 5 different settings on the exhaust. And what's really cool, if you get the Ford Pass app, you can actually set this thing up to start in a certain mode. So if you want to start it in race car mode, or if you want to start it in quiet mode, it'll do that for you. You can see everything under here is sweet. You can see these lines coming out here. This thing actually has a diff cooler on it, so it runs the fluid through a cooler that's mounted back here to keep the fluid in there nice and cool. And that's mostly for when you're racing. It's also got a sending unit here you can see what the diff temp is on the dash. Everything under here is clean as a whistle, of course. It's got very, very low miles. Just beautiful under here. I mean, the engineering that went into these things is just amazing. Now, we have a lot of people ask about these scratch marks on the frame. And if you take a look, you can go back in our sold inventory. Every one of the Mustang GT500s has those. That is more than likely, I'm sure there's a couple of pins that go in here that when they're running around on the assembly line, that's where the car's sitting on the assembly line. But we have figured out that they all have got that on them. You can see that all the plastic here, nothing's marked at all whatsoever. Now, you do want to stay away from curbs with this thing. This thing is too low. A regular size curb comes up to about here, so keep this baby away from the curb. When you're driving these things, the nose is about 2 feet longer than what you think it is when you're sitting in the driver's seat, so be very careful. Of course, this being the carbon fiber edition, it's got the carbon fiber wheels, and if you see that gray coating on there, that's actually a heat coating that they actually used on the space shuttle. And then we've got those gigantic Brembo brakes to slow this baby down. Look at the size of those babies. And also on the rockers here, you can see they're all nice and clean. Of course, the floorboards are clean as a whistle. Oh, they're 305s up front, 305 30-20s, and out back here 315 30-20s. Well, let's lower this baby down and take a look at that GT500 power plant under the hood. All right, under the hood here, this is where the magic's going on right here. 760 horsepower, 5.2 liter, big old supercharger sitting on top, and now they are proud of it when they build it, because each guy who builds the motors actually signs the motor. Of course, she's got power brakes, power steering, air conditioning. It's got all the stuff you need. Everything looking sweet under here. It's just an amazing feat, man, for 5.2 liter to put out 760 horsepower. And I've told you guys a couple of times during the video here, man, I've had a blast. You see, we've got carbon fiber parts here. This cross brace here is actually magnesium. I mean, everything's cool as can be. Now this rain tray right here actually comes off on the bottom side of the hood. So if you decide to take it out on the track, or you're driving it on a really hot day, you just take out all these. It's a Torx. And then that rain tray comes off, and then your motor can breathe a little bit more through those vents in the hood. I mean, she's a sweet automobile, guys. So give us a call at 248-974-9513 and let Vanguard Motor Sales park this dream in your drive.